Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. So, I was almost sure that I wasn't gonna do this because it's very hot. But you know what? It's been a pretty good day. And I decided to just do a quick stream because why not? Apparently tomorrow is gonna be hotter, so there will definitely not be a stream then, so might as well get stream number 3 in now. So yeah, the music here is sad now because all the chocobos are dead.
I haven't given up. Don't worry.
I mean, it is kind of depressing though. I mean, animals dying is always depressing, of course. But what I mean is, they don't have any more time to breed new chocobos and raise them because the world ends in a couple of days. The first line you hear is the chocobos are dead. Well, you know, I'm sorry. But hey, Clive, welcome to the stream. Well, you know what happened last time. The crazy chocobo happened, and they all had to be put down, unfortunately. Dr. Gazelle wasn't happy, but you know how it is. Sometimes it's a mercy. So, I guess what we can do is hunt for stuff and try to do quests. I guess we'll spend our day here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to think out a plan. Our day here we'll spend doing the Grail of Valhalla thing. Once it's nighttime, we'll head over to Luxerion and try to find those ghosts. And maybe speak to Armand as well. We'll be able to make progress on 3 of these quests, so... yeah. But wow, the temperature today, hmm? You see what that guy just did? Just disappeared. That's kind of what it feels like it'll happen. Feels like what'll happen if you go outside in this weather.
Light's life is the greatest treasure.
Of course, no measures at all to help with this work. Just hey. So it's gonna be hot. Like it's hot to the point that the weather authority associated with the government has given a code yellow alert. But just work. Let's see. I'm trying to remember where the heck the temple is. You'd think I would know some of this stuff at some point, but no. There was an enemy here and it disappeared. It's tempting to fight everything I come across. It's also probably a good idea to start using chronostasis.
You're no match for us.
I hate how little damage you do with physical attacks against these guys. So many of them too.
We can scatter them easily.
That's the way to do it.
Light's life is the greatest treasure.
Fire is so much better than normal fire. Also, picking up those high level spells is good. Like, if there's one really good reason to actually hunt down all the species of monster again, it's just that they drop way better spells than they did on my first playthrough. Like, imagine getting Blizzard 5 on your first playthrough right here. So I completely forgot to ask this, but to anyone who watched the Gwent stream yesterday, was there like an overlay thing? Twitch basically aggressively suggested this this overlay thing for Gwent, so I turned it on, but I have no idea if it actually showed anything. Like, I guess it might have been one of those things that shows you like which cards you can draw, like people have with Hearthstone. But I definitely didn't see it.
We can scatter them easily.
I hate it when they're standing so far apart. I want to be able to wombo combo them. Nope, no kind of overlay. Alright then. Probably did it wrong. Maybe it's the kind of thing you're supposed to... Because it opened a little tab for it, but there was nothing in the tab. So I just decided to remove it.
We can scatter them easily.
Maybe it's the kind of thing where you need to add that URL to OBS or something.
My journey continues.
I can never get over how ridiculous the last one's weapons are. Just a giant pink square sword. Heh, square. Right, let's go back to Caius's funhouse. Yep, not gonna fight those guys. I'm trying to remember how this quest works. I believe you need to check all the I believe you need to check all of the tablets. Yeah, I couldn't find the right word for it. Basically, there are these engravings in the temple that you need to check out. Oh, right, this guy.
I can't take this curse anymore. I need Cardesia's elixir.
He said something about Cardesia. That sounds like a woman's name. Cardesia. I know her. That's the apothecary in Yogd village.
I can't take this curse.
Right, so that's another quest. This guy wants an elixir from Cardesia. This person is just chilling.
Traveler, where did you come from? I sense something in you. A kind of strange power.
Everyone who lives in this village worships the goddess Etro. Here, we are closer to her sacred presence than anyone else in the world. One day we shall leave our corporeal bodies and be summoned to her side. Here, we wait for that day. We have not always lived here, but then at their almighty benefit, some of my brothers...
My patience for lore ran out after a while. Hello there, man awaiting the end. That's such a dry way to describe it. He's not even another cultist or another citizen or whatever. No, he is a man awaiting the end. Reminds me of an enemy encounter in Lisa, which is just man laying in grass. Which is a very accurate description of what that is. Oh man, Lisa. Now that is an interesting game. Sad music. Right. Right, we need to find the 2 sets of glyphs inside the temple. You know, I gotta be careful. Like, listening to it's like gentle singing, like this is gonna lull me into sleep. When it's this hot. Just gonna fall asleep. And the world is gonna end. With lightning just standing here. Not caring anymore. Monkey.
The light cannot last long.
Alright, there's one of them. I think the other one is a bit higher up.
I entrust the light of this world to you.
Yeah, Yule is a very tragic character. I think I went on this tangent before, but I never remember what I have and haven't said. But Kaeya still remains to probably be the best villain of these 3 games. Well, villain, such a reductive term. Antagonist. Antagonist is probably the best way to describe it. But yes, he is the best one. Because the first game, it's just... No. Just go ahead and destroy Cocoon. LOL.
The light of your soul is mine. Final words?
Yeah, the villain of this game, I've been sitting on whether or not I think he's worse than the one from the first game, whose name escapes me because I'm apparently half asleep.
What's your most valuable treasure?
The Pope. Let's just call him the Pope because that's what he is. No, he looks like the Pope.
What's your most valuable treasure?
I'm just, you can hear the wheels in my head turning, albeit very slowly, to try to figure out what that guy was called in the first game. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. But I think I just remembered. Barthandelus, right? Now I'm gonna check. I definitely remembered before I looked it up. Definitely. Barthandelus, yeah. Yeah, he is the villain of the first game, and he's, well. I will say, I do appreciate the thematic concept behind defeating, like, the Pope of that particular belief in one game, and then defeating the actual god of that same group in the last game. There's something to be said for the poetry in that, I guess.
Savior.
I hope I can avoid most fights. Oh no, not the Meonectons. Wait a minute, it's not even time for Meonectons. Why are they here? I guess they can just randomly spawn as well. It's not here. I guess it might have been the next one up then. RIP.
Leading you through this.
It's kind of weird to have done the whole final confrontation with Gaius and then still having these Yules be here.
You cannot say.
Maybe now we can actually get this. Oh yes, Thundaga level 2.
Regretfully.
Worth it. I will sell that for like a few hundred gil in a minute. Definitely worth wasting the precious time on.
Souls of the Yule.
You know, I wonder if it's Yule's birthday, does that make it Yuletide season? Hey! Let's turn on Chronostasis. Because I keep forgetting. No, alright, fair enough. Oh, well, might as well fight. Well, it would have been nice to get a first strike in, but I definitely want to make sure I have enough EP to teleport over to Luxurion after this.
Time to sleep.
Taking too many sloppy hits here.
Your soul is my plunder.
I guess we'll use an X potion. We can buy more.
I'm no thief.
Firestorm. I think one of the, actually the only expansion pack for Command and Conquer Tiberian's
The
Son
light belongs to
is
me.
called that. Firestorm. Oh hey Jen, thank you for the raid. For some reason the notification isn't showing up, but I can see it on my end. Or did it show up and did I just look at the chat too late? I mean, just because I didn't see it, that doesn't mean it's not there. But hey, thank you very much for the raid. Nice to see you.
Caught. So, welcome, Raiders. We are doing some Final Fantasy
13 Lightning Returns, or rather, Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13, or whatever monstrous title they gave this game. It's basically just Final Fantasy 13-3. Still a convoluted title, but it's more descriptive. RIP. This is what I get for not paying attention. Hey Rusty Knight, welcome to the stream. It's going pretty well, although it is very hot here today. Well, I gotta get a running start on that platform or I'll keep falling. Don't you love it when they put platforming segments in a turn-based RPG? And the mechanics don't really lend themselves for it? But yeah, I'm doing fine, it's just that the temperature is a bit of a problem today. My poor Western European self can't handle any temperatures of above 20 degrees or so. And it's been almost 30 today.
Seek the light.
Right, so we finished all the main quests here, and we're just doing side quests now until the end of the world happens. There are 6 days left. And not that much left to do, so we're just doing errands, basically, and getting attacked by monsters.
It's your most valuable treasure.
Whoops.
You can't read me.
Okay, I'm gonna try to time it properly this time. An actual good defend, there we go. I usually just lazily start holding defend and just take the extra damage. But of course the best thing to do is to time it just right, so you take no damage at all.
To the victor, the spoils.
Yeah, I don't know how familiar people are with this game, but I'm just doing these side quests where you have to find some glyphs to interpret an old legend. Is it here? Okay, it might not be then. I hope I didn't accidentally overlook it and have it actually be all the way at the bottom or something. Good old side quests. Delaying main quests ever since they were a thing. Yep. In this game, you kind of have to spend some time on side quests.
Do not give up. You still have a future.
Alright. I'm never sure if I should be skipping, like, story stuff.
Be reborn again.
Because I have played this game before. But I don't want to skip the stuff for people who actually want to hear it. Right, gotta stop running just before all your stamina runs out, or else you get a brief penalty period in which you can't run. Oh. Not sure where the other glyphs are. Well, got the penalty anyway. Oh, I'm just on the wrong side, I guess. Maybe. Ah, yes, my favorite spell, Element. You have not played the Final Fantasy games beyond X2, we played all the ones before that. Okay, Final Fantasy X and X2 were actually my first Final Fantasy games. Now I've gotten some vibes from Final Fantasy of Final Fantasy X in this game, just because it's heavily focused on, you know, wearing unique costumes and such. Oh yeah, speaking of Final Fantasy X, you actually have a Final Fantasy X2 costume and also a Final Fantasy X costume, if I can find it. Here, this one, it's a Yuna costume. There's also a Final Fantasy VII one. A Tomb Raider one, for some reason. I wish I wouldn't have to fight these guys, but the stretchy arms mean that you're gonna be hit from quite a distance.
What's your most valuable treasure?
Yeah, there are so many different costumes in this game, and they all have their own stats. So in that regard, it is a bit like X2.
This'll do.
Your first Final Fantasy was 7, but you've not gotten the remake. Okay, I did play 7, but after 10 for some reason. But I haven't done the remake. I might do it at some point. It definitely looks amazing, but I already have so many games I need to play, you know? Alright, let's check the lower levels. Let's just drop ourselves down here and get dizzy from spinning around too much. No, the first time I came here, I think I mostly eradicated all the dryads already, so I had no idea they could actually spawn here. Right, let's find ourselves some glyphs. You would have to play it on classic mode if you ever got it. You don't have the reflexes for non-turn-based combat. Oh, right. They do usually have a mode that allows you to play the non-active version. Alright, there it is, I think. Or is that the one I already checked? It doesn't glow, so it might be the one I already checked.
Savior.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that it is. So where is the other one? But yeah, at least if they include that, if they included that mode, that's nice. I'm not sure if you can in this game actually, because you actively walk around and have to time things in the combat.
It belongs to me. The light of your soul is mine.
Nope. It's nice that some attacks can interrupt enemies. That helps a lot. Oh, I haven't played the Final Fantasy Tactics games yet. I've actually only recently become more interested in doing the whole series. Like, I just played 10 and 10-2, then 7, and that was it for a little while. Then I played the 3 13s, including this one, and I started on Final Fantasy 9 too. Like, I have tried many of the others, but never, like, fully committed to finishing them. Many people will probably consider it a sin that I've never finished 6. 6 is a really big one.
Life is a journey.
Yeah, I hate that they appear and they have this nearly unavoidable attack that locks you into a battle. But it's okay, because the Blissara visual effect looks really cool.
What's your most valuable treasure?
The first few ones can be done pretty fast. You the disc with the first 4, you think it was? Probably. I have a few of them on Steam. I just never committed to actually starting and finishing most of them. But perhaps someday. 4 is pretty well liked as well, I think. Okay, the enemies are not gonna let me talk to this lady. Alright. What other games am I planning to play? You know, before I started this game, I was actually in the middle of doing a Resident Evil marathon, and I've done almost all of them. Oh, I'm using the wrong spell. RIP. I was in the middle of doing a final, not a Final Fantasy. This battle is making me forget everything. I was in the middle of doing a Resident Evil marathon, and I got up to the RE3 remake, but I haven't started that one yet. Wow, that's loud. So yeah, that one is on the schedule at some point, so it might take a little while. For the rest, I've just been doing Sea of Thieves occasionally. So that's been a bit less recently since, you know how it is. That game mostly depends on multiplayer and people's schedules change, which makes it harder to plan sessions.
Keep up if you can. I'm no thief. It's a beautiful soul.
Wow, that was way too much work. Ugh, if I keep falling down, they're gonna spawn even more enemies on me.
You must save the lost.
Rusty Knight, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. But yeah, after Resident Evil is done for, I'm not really sure what I'll do next. I mean, I'm open to suggestions. Though I usually don't do larger RPGs like this unless I already know them.
Build a bridge of light.
Maybe the thing was actually out here somewhere. The glyphs. Another spell that's not really relevant to us anymore at this point. Lightning sliding down a pole like a fireman.
Follow the...
Oh, right, World of Horror. I've seen a bit of that. The Junji Ito inspired horror roguelike thing, right? Yep, no matter what I do, they always hit me. I just have to back up if I don't want to fight them. But backing up takes time. You've been binging it? Cool. Yeah, it's been interesting seeing it get so much attention from people. It's nice.
I'm no thief.
Perhaps I should try it at some point as well. Like, I've mostly seen other people play it, but it does look very cool. I don't want to fight those guys again, preferably.
leading you through the...
It does take a lot of getting used to the UI. I see. It does. I remember thinking that there is a lot of information and many little icons on the screen. Though it's hard to judge that sort of thing for yourself until you've actually tried it yourself. It's got some real good ideas. Yeah, it works like it selects a few cases you need to solve, right? Each with multiple endings. I think that's how it goes. And you need to solve a select few of those to get to the ending. Something like that. Yeah, and what you do in one case can impact other cases too. Oh, I did not know that one. That's interesting. Huh. I will definitely have to try it myself at some point. Oh, there it is. Apparently I'm just a big old goofball. Now we need to find the exit. It's always in the last place you look, yep. Right, we need to be one level lower to get out. You know, a lot of movies do this thing too, where you have this like this really tragic and dangerous visual, and then they play like this really gentle music. Because it juxtaposing one against the other, the contrast is very artistic and such.
The light cannot last long. Let me show you.
Okay. Yeah, it is a bit of a cliche, but honestly I don't mind it. Just because it's a cliche, that doesn't mean it's bad, after all. Well, we wasted a lot of our time here, so we might not be able to hand in every quest. But that's okay, because we have like 6 spare days, so... The advantages of getting done with the main quest in time. Yeah, exactly. Things become cliches because they are effective. Yep, time to get hit. I knew it would happen. I should have just hit him with my sword and at least gotten the first strike in if the fight was gonna be unavoidable. But you know how it is. Okay, and we need to guard right after this. There we go. Yeah, you haven't played the Final Fantasy 13s then, Rusty? Because there might be some spoilers for 13 and 13.2 in this, because it's 13.3 basically.
The battle was worth fighting.
Alright, well, there's not anything too specific going on right now. Yeah, it's something to keep in mind, I guess, if you didn't want Final Fantasy 13 spoiled. I don't know if you plan to play it, but I could warp out of here. Alright, if anything really spoilery happens, I'll warn you ahead of time. Like right now, nothing has actually happened yet, and we're just doing side quests, but if story stuff happens, I'll let you know. And I need to be careful about what I say too. Like, I really want to get out of this place, but these guys won't let me. These big old fire jellies. I actually dodged them that time. I'm very proud of this performance. The thing to do is to bait out the attack and then run. Because they have a lot of range, but they need time to charge up again. Did I just climb up here for no reason? Man, the heat really must be cooking my brain. Let me just cautiously check the map as to where the exit is. I hope I didn't just jump down for no reason. Okay, there we go. I shouldn't have gone in there, I should have gone over here. And I shouldn't have fallen down either. Ah, yes, Hope, thank you. Thank you for being our useful assistant who tells us pertinent information like, hey, did you see you have low health? We're out. Can you smell that fresh air? That fresh mountainy air. The modern day Navi. Yes, he is. Polta. Hey, listen. Yeah. I wonder if the guy is still around who I can hand that this quest to. I think he is, actually. Yeah, there you go.
Have you found it? I speak of the Grail of Valhalla.
I don't have any solid clues, but I did come across some strange writing that might be connected somehow.
Huh? Writing, you say? And did you find this writing?
Writing in quotes.
Exactly. I copied some of the more interesting looking stuff. What do you think? Is there a chance that you can decode it?
Of course I can. If, that is, I have the one and only copy of the legendary scriptures of the goddess Etro.
Well, let me get this straight. If I want to decipher these mystery glyphs, I need a legendary book. A book so rare that only one of them exists?
Not all things that exist have physical form. The scriptures of which I speak are inside my mind. Do you understand? Give me a copy of the glyphs.
So that whole tangent they went on about needing the, like, that ancient knowledge was just a way for him to flex how much he knows about the lore. Thanks, Professor. You will need this ancient scripture, but yes, you can have
Give
them.
me the writings you have.
What do they say?
Born by wings of white, the chosen one flies across heaven's path to where the sacred vessel lies. The word vessel here is almost certainly a reference to the Grail of Valhalla.
The Holy
I
Grail.
need to find the Heaven's Path, right?
Yes, it would appear so. I believe.
So he is a Dark Souls fan, clearly, yes. He's aching to tell me all about the secret lore, and also to get good.
We have much to offer.
Alright, let's get a few X potions because I've wasted them all. She reminds you a bit of Pain, looks-wise, in X2. Yeah, there's,
Come, join me.
I can definitely see that. In terms of looks, I think there are many looks inspired by other things in games, but I only recognize the 7, 10, and 10-2 ones. But I mean, there are so many schemata in here, you know? It's like, it's impressive and highly respectable just how much work they put into making tons of unique costumes here. Many of them with unique stats too. Oh, I didn't mean to go all the way down, but basically there's so many different costumes here. It's actually a little bit overwhelming. Oh, and you can customize the colors of each thing as well. So say I like this one, but I want to change the colors. You can also do that. And not just the colors of one thing, but individual parts. Like, the amount of effort they put into making it so you can make everything just the way you want it is pretty amazing, honestly. You can even save 3 custom palettes and always return to the default color. Not to mention how many weapons and shields there are. Also, before I forget, I should take a healing item so that banging noise stops. Lightning returns more like lightning dress up. Yep. Also, hey, LQMN, I'm not sure how to actually say that, but welcome to the stream. Good to see you.
What are these?
Aha, perhaps I can assist you.
You followed me?
Prompted by idle curiosity. Does this writing interest you? Allow me to... Hark now, hear the words. Heaven's path is the way of prayer. Bow low and worship their goddess. Wings born on sacred air. There is more, but the letters are worn away.
That's enough. Wings born on sacred air.
So yeah, these clues are all so exaggerated, like, oh, wings. But it basically means go fly over to the next thing so you can have another cutscene.
This looks like a relic from ancient times.
Yeah, you can quite literally spend hours just making all the builds you want in terms of gameplay, but also making whatever look you like. Like my current builds are completely based on what works best.
Another fragment. I should keep searching.
So my schemata, you can equip 3 at a time to freely switch between during a battle. Primavera is the one I use for physical attacks due to the strength +10. Ignition is the one I use for magic, because of magic plus 10, and stone and sand is just plus 10,000 max HP, so I use that to 1 tank damage and 2 lay on debuffs. You can have a lot of ones in reserve as well, of course. Like this one, in terms of looks, this is probably one of my favorites. Just how cool it looks, gold armor, right? But, well, in terms of pure stats, what I have right now is better, unfortunately. Oh yeah, the dress is just cool. Don't mind the Moogle on her head. It was a joke. Hey, more money is always good. There are a few super powerful schemata and weapons that I don't have yet because they cost like 500,000 gil, and I have almost 500,000 now. Always gotta have a Moogle somewhere. Oh, and Sid, yeah. Those are some of the stable factors of the Final Fantasy series.
They're just broken shards, but I'd better collect everything. I've got a nice collection of shards, but I'm no closer to the Grail. Maybe I should show these to the professor and see what he thinks.
Alright, where are you, Professor Layton? But really though, where is he? Oh, he probably stayed up there where I found that inscription. Oh, speaking of Moogles, I didn't even show you the worst schemata. Where is it? It's just called Moogle Lover or something. Moogle Queen, that's it. Just look at this. Quite the costume. No way. Yeah, it's something. Yeah, this game definitely scratches a certain collection itch. It's just so much to get.
Yes. Yes. I believe you have succeeded at last. You have found the Grail of Valhalla.
I have? All I found were these broken shards.
Exactly. The shards scattered along Heaven's path are themselves the remains of the Sacred Grail. All that remains now is for me to restore the treasure to what it once was. There. The Grail of Valhalla. Here it belongs to you. Finally, I have achieved what I set out to do. My real objective was to find the true vessel.
Now you're not gonna believe what they pull here.
I understand now.
Like, you know that meme, like the real vessel was the friends we made along the way? It's kind of like that. It's like, you were the vessel. You were the vessel, after all.
But it is not a man-made object. It is a living thing. The person who has inherited the goddess's grace. You see now, don't you? Just as I am the safekeeper of the scriptures, the vessel that keeps the sacred wisdom safe. You, who can navigate Heaven's path, are the vessel that contains the Etro benediction.
That arc. Sorry.
Thank you.
Wow.
You have shown me
Isn't it great when during a serious cutscene, NPCs just walk in and ruin it like that, just bump into you, like, whoops. I almost destroyed my throat with that laugh, that's how silly it was.
Me? A vessel for the grace of a goddess? No, it doesn't make any sense. No, it can't be. Even if my heart was big enough for such a thing, I don't feel anything there. If I am a vessel...
It was pretty amusing, yeah. Okay, so this guy is just kind of chilling, dying on the ground. So if the lady who makes the elixir is still awake, I could solve this quest right now, but I kind of doubt it. Even so, we will... Oh, that was a bad idea. Now I don't have enough chronostasis left for warping. I guess I'll just have to fight whatever I come across to get some points back.
My journey doesn't end here. The light of your soul is mine. I'm walking fate's path.
There we go. Leader down. The rest goes easily.
It's a beautiful soul.
That didn't even give me enough points to get to 3. I guess that's fine though. We got materials, and materials are always good to have. We might run into exactly. Speak of the devil, right?
Odin, show me your strength.
I mean, I didn't even say it yet, but it's one of those robot boys, robot plant bulb things. Okay, come on, pick an element so I can exploit it. Nope. Okay. You have picked fire, so I'm gonna shoot blizzard at you.
I'm walking fate's path.
Okay, now we just stack on the damage like crazy. Now that he's been staggered. Nope. No damage. Okay, now he's switching to ice and hoping that will help him. It won't. You do quite enjoy the collecting section, so that usually means you end up with stacks of everything since you don't like to use them. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I have so much trash in my pockets. I think last stream I had to spend several minutes cleaning out all the abilities I gathered up. Because it can be really hard to throw stuff away. Oh. Did not guard against that in time, unfortunately. Better use another one of these potions, I guess. Don't wanna get into trouble. Let's see. The lady is in Jagd village, so that's where we should go. If she's still awake. Alright, is she still here, or have I just wasted a bit of my time? Oh, she is here.
You need a cure.
I ran across a man in Polta who was calling out your name. He seemed ill. I don't suppose you know him.
What? You ran into Taylor? He was in a bad state, wasn't he? Remember the medicine I had you gather ingredients for? I didn't tell you, but it's for him.
You haven't given it to him?
Not yet, but I have a reason. You see, the problem with this medicine is that it only works immediately after it's been concocted. I thought of heading to Polta with the ingredients and brewing it there, but unfortunately the village doesn't have the facilities or equipment I need.
So you're saying that you can only make it here, but at the same time he needs to take it soon after it's made.
Sounds like a delivery
Definitely
quest.
worth giving it a shot. I might make it in time on my chocobo.
What? You would do that for me?
I can't promise I'll get there fast enough, but if you're willing to try, so am I. Can you mix up a batch now?
Of course I can. If you'll just give me a minute, I'll prepare some right away. I'll bet my reputation that I can fix that curse.
Curse? I thought he had some kind of illness.
It's a curse.
Okay. It's a curse. I mean, I think it's kind of a curse when your name is an anagram for table, but... Okay, 45 minutes, so we don't have that much time. Yep. It can be really fun to just spend time doing mini games. I guess I should get to Polta ASAP. I wonder, if I use Chronostasis, does that also prevent the medicine from spoiling within 45 minutes? Kinda doubt it, but I guess it could. I guess I'll just do it to be safe. Means we'll have to fight again to get back up to 3 EP, but that's okay. As long as those plant bulb robots keep spawning. Oh right, the card game in FF9. I have been trying to get good at that. Somewhat unsuccessfully. I never was any good at Blitzball though. Well, looks like we might have to fight this guy.
Together we can do this.
Like, Blitzball was really good and in-depth, but that's probably the reason why I had so much trouble with it. It was a bit too in-depth, almost. It was its whole own game.
What's your most valuable treasure? What's your most valuable treasure?
Oh, whoops. Oh, yeah, you could put together a whole team, right? I remember that. It's been so long since I played that game now. Oh, I thought he was gonna jump. Whoops. Might want to do deep protect first. There you go. Okay, this we can do something about. Oh, gotta work on my timing. But he's dead either way.
Okay, gotta hang in.
You got it again a little while ago on Steam, but you've not gotten too far yet on Steam. Alright. Wait, is the X and X2 collection on Steam? I didn't realize it was already on Steam. Things move quickly, huh?
Cardesia sent me. Here, she brewed this for you.
Did you say Cardesia? Oh, finally. I can say goodbye to this cursed life.
Just hush and drink it down.
Please, can you tip it toward my mouth so I might have a sip? The goddess is waiting for me.
What do you mean?
Never mind that. Please, I just need a little taste. I've been waiting so long for this. What? Oh, why am I still alive? Is this not poison?
Poison? No, it's medicine.
She didn't tell you anything, did she? Cardesia has felt nothing but hatred toward me all these years. And why wouldn't she? I killed the love of her life. So I told her, if she ever wanted to have her revenge, all she would need to do is to conjure up some poisonous brew and hand it to me.
And he really thought she would do that.
I thought it was finally my time to die. If taste could kill, I'd be dead in a second. But this poison has no effect on me. She must be losing her touch.
Why are you so convinced that she was trying to poison you? Maybe the medicine is what she said it was, something to lift the curse from you.
Nope, no way. I've lived a long, long life. There's no way Cardesia would help me see more days. Not after what I did to her. Or perhaps her plan isn't to kill me, but to keep me alive so I can live with the guilt of my deeds. What do you think?
How would I know? All I can say is this. After taking her medicine, you're looking less pale. You seem to be breathing a lot easier, and your pain has gone. Am I wrong?
Huh? Well, now that you mention it, I wish I knew what was going on inside her head. Why would she forgive me? I killed someone she loved. I thought that drinking this concoction would put us both out of our misery. It was supposed to kill me and bring her peace, knowing she had avenged his death.
If you really want to die, no one's stopping you. But you're still here, which would suggest to me there must have been a reason for you to keep going. You've spent years with this burden of a curse. It must have been harder to live than die, but you did choose life. Maybe you were hoping Cardesia would try to kill you. That way you'd escape the pain. But not only that, you'd be free of your guilt. And that would be the only way that she could forgive you.
Yep. For this guy, dying would have just been self-serving at this point.
I think that means she's letting go of the past.
That's not possible. How could she? Oh, what have I done? Cardesia, my old friend, will you ever be able to forgive me? I beg of you.
Alright. He's been saved by the person who he thought hated him most. Gotta like little stories like that. The side quests are generally pretty well written in this one, which makes it a shame that all the NPCs all look almost the same. Oh, it was already on Steam in 2016? Wow. I must have just completely missed that. I saw many of the console releases of it, but... Oh, we already have enough EP to warp, so we don't really need to be riding around on our chocobo. Alright, I've done everything I wanted to do here. For now, at least. Which means we should head over to Luxerion and go talk to those spooky ghosts. First one is very near the North Station. Oh yeah, the loading screens do have some spoilers, I guess. I mean, it lacks some context, but even so.
Thanks for stopping.
Do you have more X potions for me? Yes, you do. Very good.
And thank
Right. Last time the ghost didn't appear because apparently I hadn't talked to the right NPCs to make it appear. But now that I've talked to all the NPCs, I want to see some ghosts, alright? Don't betray me, Final Fantasy. Oh, right. I think you need to talk to the one in the graveyard first. I mean, makes sense, right? Ghosts, graveyard. And then the other two spawn. Maybe I should take an ether to get some more EP.
Time for dinner.
Oh yeah, we were going to talk to Armand, but I'm pretty sure he's gone. Unfortunate. We'll have to talk to him tomorrow then. Whoa, that guy looked really startled to see me, but... Okay. Right, this is where I found the ghost the first time. Maybe the ghosts don't spawn until it's very late at night. It is not that late after all. I guess I could fight some monsters to pass the time.
No room for doubts now. What's your most valuable treasure? To the victor, the spoils.
Stopped her right as her hair was flying up. Looked funny. I always try to stop the animation at a funny point, but it doesn't always work.
Doesn't matter which one of us you sell.
I guess I just have some time to kill now.
Forced bandit?
Oh yeah, and characters actually respond to what you're wearing. Which is pretty cool.
This is a great place for a walk.
And Lightning herself has unique voice lines for certain costumes as well. Like if you wear the Moogle Queen, I think she can open a battle with the line, "You saw me dressed like this, now you have to die," which is pretty funny.
I hope you can make everyone's wish. I have special powers.
This is the Witcher contract board. You can just that board, which is hosted by Chocolina, a very weird character. Those basically have like, small side quests like find X amount of this item for a small stat boost. Like they're not not fully fledged side quests, just I like to call them Witcher contracts because in The Witcher 3 you have boards like this, like that. Even though this game actually came out before The Witcher.
Step right up.
Yeah, fetch quests basically, yeah.
Thanks as always.
Okay.
Everyone seems
Forced bandit?
I'm just that scary. Seems like it, yeah.
Light has returned to the divine city.
But at least those horrifying murders have finally stopped.
You ever just walk across the street and someone starts talking about, but at least there are no more horrifying murders, and you're like, wait, murders? Let's see, I think I'm still missing 2 clocks from the Find All the Clocks side quest. Ah, that's one I missed. Nice. Okay, can I... There we go. Now, the task falls upon us to find the last clock, which is probably not going to be very fun. Needle in a haystack, right? Finding a single clock in a huge city. I mean, look at this place. I guess I should be looking at places that I haven't visited much, but... See, this one I definitely checked, or it would have a glow. The Bandit of Justice. Yeah. The only main thing different is us doing this. So are they implying that that we're responsible for the murders and that we will take up the murders once again once everything is saved? Yeah. It is kind of a weird phrase, especially because he starts with "but," right? It's like, but what? What sentence came before that that justifies him suddenly talking about horrifying murders? I'm looking for ghosts, not demons. Go away, demon. Get out of here, demon. I like how dogs and cats just casually walk around here too. They don't care about monsters or each other, apparently. I'm playing a little game with this demon right now. I guess I should just kill it.
Feel like dying. What's your most valuable treasure?
And yet the lore is usually that cats and dogs can see such things. You'd think they would be more likely to react. That is true. Maybe they've seen it so much at this point that it doesn't even faze them anymore. They've seen it all at this point. A demon flying around might as well be a bird, you know? Might as well be a random birdie. They've been on the graveyard for long enough that that sort of thing doesn't surprise them anymore. Okay, so if the ghost doesn't show up after midnight, I will be upset. This place is quite sad and scary though. Sinner's Corner. Imagine having a relative die and having them be buried on Sinner's Corner. Yeah, these guys are terrible in particular. Like, I usually kill them before they can pull too many shenanigans. But they cast a spell, they cast a debuff on you called Curse. And Curse lets you get interrupted really easily. So, it's basically, the buff is Vigilance, which prevents you from being interrupted. And then Curse is the debuff. Oh, no dragons tonight, thank you. And then they cast Aurora, which is an air or wind type spell, and the thing with that attack is that it hits like continuously, like dozens of times in one attack. So for the time that spell hits you, you're gonna be interrupted and interrupted and interrupted like 12 times in a row. And it's horrible. It's not fun. You generally want to try to prevent that from happening, but if you kill them in time, it's all good. I guess we can kill the dragon too.
Try and catch me. Your soul is my plunder. The light of your soul is mine.
Yeah, stop lock you into oblivion. That's basically their strategy, yeah. They curse you, they continually cast spells to interrupt you until you die. That's the plan. Of course... Of course, if you just defend yourself properly, no amount of curse is gonna allow him to interrupt you from guarding yourself. Alright. My instinct is to start using this EP on Chronostasis, but we want time to pass. Alright, we'll just play tag with the demon until the ghosts show up. You know, you can actually skip time ahead in this game, but I rarely do that. It feels like such a waste, even when you really have nothing to do. It feels like, well, maybe I should just hunt some more monsters. I mean, time is finite, so... Alright, it's midnight. Show up, ghost. Come over here. Well, that's the demon still. Well, let me just check the side quest again. Because I was sure I would have it today. I talked to so many NPCs about the ghosts. The one in the preview image is the one at the station, I think. But I'm pretty sure the first time I did this quest, I talked to the ghost right here. Well, we'll just have a run around the city and see if we can find anything else. I might have to very sneakily peek at a guide in a bit just to see what I'm missing here. Sometimes you play a game and then you replay it and you're not sure which of the steps you already took were in the last game and which one were in this one. Oh, it followed me into the city. Alright. I appreciate the persistence. But of course, monsters can teach you useful strategies, because casting Curse and then interrupting enemies with Arrow or Aurora is actually a really good strategy on enemies that it works on. Like, there will be enemies that are very strong that you absolutely want to interrupt. Alright, let's head back to the North Station for a second and see what we find there. Not sure how long I'll stream tonight. Like, I keep saying, oh, I'll do a short stream. Really, definitely. But the game is very fun, and I just like streaming and chatting and having a good time. But it is very hot, and I do need to rest up, so you know how it is. It's an endless inner torment or conflict. Well, the ghost isn't here either, which leads me to believe that shenanigans are abound. Also, that is a cross-shaped clock. A croc. Okay, I'm gonna, while we look at the croc, I'm going to have a quick look at a guide. Let's see, voices from the grave. After completing the chapters, NPCs will talk to you about ghosts. Advance the quest. You must speak to all 4. Okay, apparently I just didn't talk to enough random NPCs then. Wow. I've said it before, but I don't really like it when a quest is locked behind an arbitrary thing like that. Like, if I genuinely lack the knowledge, but I know the ghosts are around, so why not let me find them? Why can they only appear after I've heard enough people about them? But hey, you know what? It's fine. We'll just do something else. Yeah, a lot of games do this, like bar you from doing something arbitrarily. I guess we'll head into the Warren and see if there's anything fun going on there. What is this, some kind of fun house? Why, having fun? I don't know if there are any clocks in this part of the city, but if there are, we should check. Let's see, how do we... Let's see, its weakness are fire and... Its weaknesses are fire and electric. I don't have electric on me. I do have fire, so... So this is a big part of the city, but it's only open between midnight and 6 o'clock in the morning. The darkest hours of night. Let's see, I think the drunk guy we did a quest for was right here. You can still see the traces of his drunkenness right here. Let's see, I think so we have 12 of the 13 clocks for this quest, like clockwork. Yeah, 12 checked so far. I'm glad it actually does keep that keep track of that in the quest. Maybe I'll just have a quick look at the guide for this one too. There might not even be any clocks in the Warren, it seems like. Oh, this is a really cool view. Look at that. Well, let's just keep fighting stuff and looking around.
What's your most valuable treasure?
There's always something nice about there's always something about a nice cityscape or landscape, yeah. And Square Enix has always been really good about building up these big, believable worlds. Like these striking visuals.
I know you're not the real savior.
What's this?
Come again.
Then it got back to the Shadow Hunter. I always knew we'd be coming here someday.
Well, I'm not sure if I should even be in the Warren if there's no clocks here. Don't really want to fight any more of those robots either.
This can't be happening.
That is a clock, but it is the station one. I'm assuming I checked it, but we'll check it again just to be safe. No, yeah, that one is thoroughly checked.
There used to be a lot more shops.
And this one too.
Forest Bandit?
That startled me. Okay, you're going to go and lie down. The heat is getting to you and you're sneezing. Thanks for having me, and I look forward to catching you again. Alright, Rusty. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's been nice talking to you. Have a good night. Take care of yourself. Hopefully you can cool down a bit.
Miss Mighty.
And I hope to see you next time.
I hope you keep granting people their wishes.
You enjoyed it? Okay, I'm glad to hear it. I was trying to see what that NPC is doing. He was climbing up down the ladder. I didn't even know they did that. I was thoroughly surprised by what I was witnessing there. Maybe I should just go through a checklist. Just to get those clocks out of the way. Could that be the one? Oh, it is that one! Wow, the biggest, like the second biggest one. It's always the obvious ones you miss, right? Always the obvious ones. Well, hey. All that's left is to hand that quest in. The problem is, now we need to talk to even more NPCs to get the ghosts to appear. Not too happy about that, but it is what it is.
So if I go this way.
Right, so what now? We've done everything we could here. For now, at least. But tomorrow will be an opportunity to do a lot in Luxeria, and we can talk to Armand. We can hand in the clock quest and we can hopefully talk to enough people that the ghosts will actually appear at night. The ghosts that apparently only exist after you know about them. Now in this game, in this case it's just a contrivance, but isn't it interesting when you're talking about monsters and creatures that whose power depends on whether you fear them or are aware of them? Like, you know, the It, Freddy Krueger type thing. Slender Man has been a recent interpretation of that idea. You know, Slender Man, like him or hate him, I think we can appreciate the concept of a monstrous creature that gets power over you once you become aware of it. Like, the winning move is not to know about Slender Man, basically, because then he has wields no influence. It's always weird when you find a Chaos Infusion, but there aren't any monsters in there. Like, okay. All this drama, and for what? For what, I tell you? I just walked back out of there, but maybe I should have gone forward instead. Head to the south station, see if I can do something in the Dead Dunes. Might be too little time left, though. That face when it's just me and he says men withdraw. At that point, it's like man withdraw, not men. Singular.
Today, the City of Light has been the scene of much tragedy. A great number of our... Let us offer...
Alright. How far are we from the Dead Dunes? Oh, we can get there at 5. Okay. This game feels a lot more grim than the other two. Yeah, I can see that. Have you played the other two all the way through, LQ?
You have an hour before you will be transported to the Ark.
Because I don't know how much I should say about it, you know? Don't want to spoil anything.
What a fool I've been. How did I wind up all the way out here?
You finished the first two, but not this one. So you know how Final Fantasy 13-2 ends, right?
What a fool I've been. How did I wind up all the way out here?
You just said that.
Just for you.
Just for you.
Appreciate it.
I mean, I'm here, but I'm not even sure what I should do. The only quest we have is defeat the super boss, lol. Which, probably not going to happen. You're quite bummed about the ending? Same here. I did not like it very much. Well, this game just goes on from that, you know. To put it vaguely, apocalyptic stuff happens, and this story takes place, like, in the last days of the world. Now, you see that time left? That's how many days the world has left. And the premise is we need to save as many souls so they can come with us to the next world. That's basically it. So the god Bunifelse, the guy who created the Fal'Cie, I think, is awakening. And he's like, you know what? Don't worry. I'm going to make a new world. But I don't do well with people. So you, Lightning, go out there. Save as many souls as you can. So that's what we're doing now. We're saving as many souls as we can for the next world, basically. But yeah, there's the looming death hangs the looming end hangs over the entire story right from the beginning here. Time ticks on and the game makes sure you know it. But with that said, I do think it's absolutely worth playing. I really like this story. It makes up for some things that happened in 13.2. You can't completely make up for that, but there is good stuff in here. Oh right, Neonectons. So basically, it's completely useless to hunt monsters too. Yeah, once it gets to be 4 AM, it feels like you should just, unless you just have NPCs to talk to, you might as well just skip to the end of the day. Maybe I should have gone to the Wildlands instead. Pretty sure there are a few more quests left to do there. Yeah, I think we'll just let this day pass.
In half an hour, you'll be transported back to the Ark.
Also, Hope is making sure we know exactly when and how it's going. He tells us when we have low health. He tells us when the day is almost over. Just a whole lot of exposition out of that guy these days. But yeah, I do recommend trying this game though if you like the first two Final Fantasy 13s. This one plays very different. But if you ever wanted to see how that kind of game would work in an open world type setting, like with sort of Majora's Mask style time management, it's definitely worth a look. I mean, I was gushing earlier about just how many costumes there are.
Your right is mine. It's a beautiful soul.
Hey, we got a Cactuar, so that's good. Very happy about this. I wish we ran into more of those. You like the dress-up stuff, but Lightning seems pretty lonely fighting alone. Yeah, that's one of the main things. Oh, that's the super boss, by the way, if you're wondering what that horrifying black hole floating in midair is. That is the super boss in this game that I have never defeated. But yeah, with that said, you saw the other area where I have a white chocobo with me. The white chocobo fights with you. And there's also a friend in this area that joins you for the story missions, though I won't spoil who that is. So you're only really alone in 2 of the 4 major areas. But yeah, there's no big party or paradigms with multiple people anymore. So yeah, saving souls gives us energy which we use to nourish this plant. I know it's day 8, but it looks like day B. Day B! B movie.
Welcome back.
According to all known laws of aviation.
Light, do you understand? The more souls you see.
Nothing new here. Can I take a seat here? You know, even though I've come here many times, I never had a good look at this clock up here. It's very nice. Yeah, so this hourglass returns you to the start. Basically, it's you give up all you give up this playthrough and new game plus straight into a new one with all your items and equipment and abilities, which is neat. Like if you feel like you're constantly just a step behind the game, you can do that to take better stats into a new playthrough. But I don't really feel the need to do that. I've been surviving pretty well. Right, so we can hand in like clockwork. We can talk to Armand. I am doing a new game plus right now, LQ. I beat the game, and now I'm doing it on hard mode. And you can just keep doing it, so I can actually, if I want to, I can activate the hourglass many times and just do playthrough after playthrough after playthrough to get more stats. Like, there are some spells that are so rare and limited that you need to do multiple playthroughs to craft high-level versions of those spells. So, replaying, like, redoing it is actually part of the process. I just got kind of lucky and beat it on my first run. So yeah, we want to continue all of these, and those are all the quests except for the super boss, so Luxerion is definitely the place to be. But there are quests to pick up in the Wildlands as well. So maybe I'll start over there and move over to Luxerion once it gets to be around noon. Yeah, I think I'll do that, because I'm pretty sure there are quests that are in this area, but that I haven't quite found yet. So we'll go to the Wildlands first, and once it's noon, warp over to our favorite area, Luxerion. I mean, there's not really any need to be cautious with our EP at this point. We have 9 and not much to do. Right, where do we want to go in the Wildlands, though? Station would be good if we want to check with Chocolina, so I guess we'll do that. Oh, cutscenes. I will say, fair warning, this
What do you want now?
This will probably be spoilers.
I've come to help you remember what you've lost.
Actually, I've already played it, so I'm gonna skip it. So it won't get spoiled for you. There we go. No spoilers. Spoilers prevented. Spoilers dodged. Here we go. We could focus on doing the rest of the little quests here, but... Right, yeah, so in the Wildlands, this little guy, a cutscene makes you want to play the game, though. I see. Intrigued by where the story might go? That's good. I love playing these games and just speculating about all the stuff that could happen next.
Odin, back me up.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't fight alone in the Wildlands. You actually get help there. So I'm pretty sure there are a few quests here that I can still find. The problem is I don't really know what prerequisites I need to fulfill to get them. Like, there was the one side quest where we had to find that girl's father in the forest and then bring back a message, and we finished that one. But oh, she's not here yet.
I'm a veterinarian, but this time there was simply nothing I could do.
Doctor, listen. You were the one who saved my friend here. No one else could have done what you did.
Seeing how famously you two get along, I'd say it was worth it.
You know, I do like that. Like, they didn't have to make a unique dialogue for when you talk to him after the quest is already done, but they did it anyway. Appreciate it.
Hey, I want to thank you for saving our village. When the chaos first appeared, it looked like it was going to take the whole village away. Everything I'd lived and worked for was disappearing. Right in front of my eyes.
I got NPC'd again.
I slumped to the ground where I was. I ignored the chaos even as it surrounded me. But the other villagers, they refused to leave me behind. They grabbed my arms and yelled, "We've got you, Garrett," and dragged me out. It should have been me pulling people to safety. Now I know everything will be okay. I've spent my life looking after this village. But I know now that the village has always been looking after me, too.
At least you've learned you're not the only one who cares about this place. You're not alone. You have allies.
That's right. And I've learned one more thing, too. Even if we weren't in this village, if we had to go somewhere else, we'd be the same people. Canopus Farms is more than just a collection of buildings in the middle of the Wildlands. It's about the friendships.
The friendships we made along the way.
I've said this to you before, I'm sure, but let me say it again. Welcome to Canopus Farms.
Now, isn't that nice?
Welcome, traveler. Care to rest
May nature bless you. The doctor told me today that my apprenticeship, he still calls me 7 though. Not that it matters.
Did you see those NPCs shuffling about there? Very silly. Right. See, I'm not sure if I should be talking to the girl here that appears here on the farm, or to the old guy all the way on the other side in the research camp. Does this game do the QTEs like 13.2? Nope. QTEs are completely gone. It's probably for the best. The battle system is very different though. It's very active and involved. Well.
Oh, so you found where Yule's flowers grow, have you? Well done.
Yeah. It's interesting. Final Fantasy XIII, all 3 of them, have some really interesting signs of the time they were developed in.
You're no match for us. Life is a journey.
So when 13.2 came out, that was the time when QuickTime events were kind of a big thing. And when this game came out, I think this was around the time Skyrim was a really big deal. So they really wanted to do something open world. It's interesting how much they let contemporary trends influence them in that regard. And it makes the series very interesting. Maybe it also causes the games to be very different from each other, but that's okay, you know? It's kind of intimidating seeing a Reaver come running at you from over the horizon like that. I should not be stingy with my EP. I know I said that before, but I have to keep saying it so it actually becomes a habit to not do that.
What's your most valuable treasure?
How many more of these little beasties are around? I had a build at one point where you, I think it recovered ATB when you stagger an enemy. And it was really fantastic against crowds of enemies, because if you could stagger them all at once, your ATB bar will fill right up again, and you could continue to attack them endlessly. It's like a self-sustaining source of energy. Very fun. I couldn't make it work in most areas, but it was fun to use when it did work.
Let's do this, Odin. Light's life is the greatest
trash. Wow. Lightning confirmed for highly cynical. Life's light is the greatest trash. Please tell me they bring Eidolons back in this game. Not really, I'm afraid. There's no summoning, unfortunately.
If you have some room.
Oh hey, he's allowing me to this time. Probably because I finished certain other quests.
So, how long does it...
I'd wager about half a day.
We still call her. Wait, don't tell me. You're going to... All right. Okay, there you go.
And there we go. Right, so we need to come back here after these vegetables have grown, so we can complete the quest for the stubborn old man, which is of course the best NPC name. So now our next step is to go to Luxurion. The Shiva sisters are gone for good? I'm afraid so. It is a shame, isn't it? I always love their little animation with with Snow. They wave at him. It's cute. It's fun. But yeah, no, I don't think they're in this game, unfortunately. The Eidolons are Eidagons, unfortunately. That was terrible. I'm sorry. Right, I'm not sure if the lady is here yet, but we're gonna hopefully just be able to hand in this quest right away. Scissors time. Wow. But yeah, basically. For a second, I saw the sign that said use none, and I was like, wait, did I just warp to use none like a big old idiot? But no, I did not.
A ghost was spotted in the area where that woman was killed.
Right, we'll just talk to all the NPCs that are supposed to know about the ghosts. I already talked to this lady, that's something I know for sure. I also know that the person I need to hand the quest into is here. But she's not here yet, so... Alright, let's go look for those other residents then. Right. I will fully disclose that I am looking at a guide right now. Because I've already done this quest and I don't know which NPCs I talked to on this playthrough and which on the last. You know how it is, so...
Rumor has it the victims of the children's rituals come back to haunt the area at night. I want to see it for myself.
Alright, these two I have already spoken to. But at least I know that.
You been on a trip down Chaos Lane? Oh, did you know? Did I ever tell you the story of an alchemist who tried to infuse light? Lucky for us, it didn't work. But that was years ago.
That's a reference to a quest we did in Yusnan, which is cool.
But at least those horrifying...
Right, so there's probably an NPC I missed right around here near the church.
The famous tears of the angel. I go back for
Her tears make me remember things I'd forgotten ages ago.
What's my favorite one in this series? Eidolons, you mean? Huh. I don't really know. I've always liked Shiva, that's for sure. There's a lot of cool ones, you know. Alexander is pretty neat looking, especially in 9 with the wings. Bahamut. Bahamut is a big one, can't forget Bahamut. I mean, I like all of them to some degree.
I saw a woman with rose-colored hair around these parts the other night. Quite mysterious. She seemed to have been inspecting the crime scene. There was something almost ethereal about her presence. She was something.
A lot of strange rumors are going around. People are whispering about ghosts and ghouls, of being haunted by dead girls. You don't believe them, do you?
I like to keep an open mind. If the stories are true, I'd like to help those people. They died because of me.
As much as I hate to say this, you're not omnipotent. As the savior, you don't have the power to save the dead.
Yeah, I know the extent of my own powers, Hope. But never say never.
And what about you? Which is your favorite in the series in terms of Eidolons or summons? Because I think I'm forgetting a few really good ones from... Oh! Oh! The moment I thought about Final Fantasy X, Yojimbo. Yojimbo is my boy. Give him a couple million gil and he'll assassinate the final boss for you, no problem. Love him. Yeah, now that we have the message from Hope about the quest and the ghosts, I'm pretty sure they'll actually show up. Yeah, the mercenary one. That is Yojimbo, right? Not a very intimidating name, but... It will always be really weird to hear people just say God in this game. It's like, okay... It's not that unusual for people to not call a god by their name, but...
The clocks are all ticking happily away. I hope you can relax now.
Thank you. If I had failed to inspect the clocks and they had stopped, I don't know what I would have done. I would have felt responsible for the world coming to an end. I wouldn't have been able to keep living, not with that kind of guilt on my shoulders.
I'm glad I could put your mind at ease, but remember, the end is still coming, you know. A lot sooner than you think.
That's encouraging.
What can I say? It's inevitable.
Yes, I do know that. But that's the reason why I care for the clock so much. I don't want to wait for the Savior to come and do all the work.
Why is that? You don't trust her?
No, it's not that. When the world ends, I want to be absolutely sure. I want to be 100% certain that I finished the task that I was meant to do.
No regrets, is that it? No feeling you left your job unfinished?
Yes, that's exactly right. No regrets. Even if the Savior doesn't show up to save the whole of mankind, I can face the end with pride.
Huh. Maybe not everyone needs to be saved by God. Maybe completing your duty is the way to salvation.
Maybe salvation is what you make of it. An interesting thought. Yeah, that makes sense. The Shiva sister is cool. But all of the summons in Final Fantasy 13 are pretty great. And, like, over the top. Like, Broomhilda becomes a car. And Hecaton there, I mean... What can you even say about that many-armed abomination? But it is cool, though. Right, we know about the ghosts, we handed in the quest. Starting to lose sight of what else I was gonna do here. Oh right, Armand. I wonder if he's around. I keep like running back and forth and hoping I'll run into him, but probably isn't here yet. That's the problem with Denny's having so many time-bounded quests. You gotta be in specific places in specific times. I wonder when Armand appears. Like, if he just appears at 10, that would be really convenient for me. And so he does. Nice.
Oh, it's you again. Thank you for taking such an interest in my friend's story.
Who wouldn't? A young reporter driven by a passion for truth pursues a major case of corruption, ultimately driving an innocent woman to commit suicide. But the story's not over yet, is it? I'm curious, what happens next?
He was beyond distraught. Nothing could console him. He came to realize that the pen really was mightier than the sword. And he had used his sword to punish the wrong person. And then he... I can't continue like this. I just can't. I need to tell you the truth. He, or rather, I, thought death was the only form of penance.
I suspected you may be hiding something.
I apologize. I've been lying to you this entire time. I had no such friend. The reporter, the one who killed the innocent woman, that was me.
I had a feeling. The way you've been telling the story seems to be hitting a little too close to home.
The reporter in me died long ago. I handed in my letter of resignation immediately, of course. Along with my life as a writer, the burial ground is now a storage area somewhere in Old Town.
So why tell me this now?
To tell you the truth, I don't really know. People need to know what happened.
Too late.
No. I've been dead for a long time now. The day
Wow.
I quit my job, you see, I'm as good as dead. I'm nothing.
Old Town. I found a pen in that same area.
Okay, I was about to say, I really hope I already have this key item so I don't have to go looking for it.
I have something that might belong to you.
You found my pen. During my days as a reporter, I never went anywhere without it. It was a gift from one of my
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, it's pretty dark. There's lots of really sad, sad quests, but there are also very hopeful conclusions at times.
When you were still naive, but fiercely determined.
Yes, long ago, when I wanted justice for the world. But I realized my pen is a deadly weapon. My writing is lethal. I wasn't aware of my own powers. That's what drove an innocent woman to take her life. And that's why I quit my job as a reporter and threw away this pen. Do you know how it feels to have someone's death on your conscience? The only way to make this right was to quit what I love most.
So what did you fix?
Huh?
When you threw away your career and gave up on the world, quit on life, how did any of that help anyone? Did that make anything right? It was just an excuse for you to run and hide from your past.
It's always lightning dropping those truth bombs.
Writing. It's the only thing I ever knew. But it never occurred to me that my passion could end up hurting those around me. My prized treasure turned out to be a weapon.
The pen can harm people, but it can also protect the public.
You think I should start writing again? I don't know if I could do that. Or should do that.
You should, if you truly want to make things right. You've learned something important, the power and influence your writing has. People grow by learning from their mistakes. It's impossible to forget what happened in the past, but use that knowledge and do what only you can do.
Do you really think I can? All right, I'll do it. Starting over will be tough, but I'll try. You've returned my pen to me, but what's more, you've given me hope again. Thank you. Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, that quest can be a bit tricky because you need to talk to him several days in a row to get the whole story. And you don't have that many days, so if you forget, you can easily miss out. Right, so the ghosts will appear now that we have the quest progressed to that point. So what do we want to do now? Yep, these are both related. We get the rose from one of the ghosts from Voices from the Grave, so these two quests are linked. These are all done, and this is the super boss, which is not going to happen within the next millennium. Well, I did say I was going to keep this stream a bit shorter, and we've done a lot of nice cleaning up, lots of the more tedious stuff out of the way. So next time we're gonna clean up some more, probably, and maybe next time or the time after that we'll have a crack at that final boss again. We'll see, But that'll probably be the stream for tonight, since it is very hot and I need to start getting some rest. Oh, hey, Magali. Welcome to the stream. I'm just about to stop the stream. But hey, I appreciate you stopping by. You know, I do have to stop now, but just because you made it here, tell you what, just because you made it here, let's. One moment, please. I'm looking for the pimp hat. Yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Nah, that's. There are a lot of silly hats, though, aren't there? Maybe I should do them by category. That'll be easier. Yeah, all the hats should now be in place. There we go. Well, look how the purple hat looks on all the schemata. How about that? How does it look on ignition? There we go. And how does it look on stone and sand? There we go. Yeah, so we can put it on the other one. How does it look on the Final Fantasy 13-2? Rather 10-2 thing. Oh, okay. You see this beautiful gold armor? Looking really powerful and intimidating. Now, what is this missing, you ask? I think we all know what it's missing. Perfect. Perfection. We have discovered the true meaning of beauty. But let's not stop yet. There we go. Look at this. Okay, but you see this? This is a nice dress, but you know what it's missing? I think we all know what it's missing. There we go. Woodland Walker, huh? I know, you know, this is a pretty cool look, you know? Bit airy, good for exploring the forests, but what is it missing? What if instead of wings? What if instead of wings we put on that? I know, it's a shock. It's a shock. It's a surprise, but it fits, doesn't it? All right. Also, oh, this one, she's wearing basically nothing but the hat. I think that is the logical conclusion. Do you really need any other clothes when you have the hat? Do you really need anything else but this hat? Just look at it. Okay. I've had my fun. Okay, well, yeah, tell you what. Here you can see it in the overworld as well. Fashion, yeah. Here. Close-up of the hat. I'll make a screenshot of it, and this is the note we'll have to stop on. So, thanks to everyone who stopped by. I'm a fashion genius. Thank you, thank you. It was all due to the inspiration you gave me. Right, so it's been a fun stream. Thank you to Clive and Jen and Rusty Knight for stopping by, and thank you Rusty Knight for the follow as well. And let's see, thanks to LQMN for stopping by and chatting, and thank you to Magallians, of course, for stopping by as well. It's been a really fun stream. It's a shame I have to keep it a bit shorter this time, but I am slowly burning and dying in this heat. And I would like to prevent that if possible, so I can stream again. Probably next week, because tomorrow is set to be even hotter. But that'll be the stream for tonight. Now let me see if there's someone to raid. If not, I'm just gonna quietly end it here. Nah, not really anyone I wanna... Not really... Like, there's like streamers with lots of viewers, but no people I personally know streaming right now. So, that's the end of the stream. Thanks for everyone. Thanks to everyone who stopped by, and see you next time. And remember... No. Remember the hat. Remember the hat.